Okay, so we got some new stuff to do. Ready for the show? We're going to start rolling any second here.
What
Are
do
you
you
ready?
got?
New guidelines. Remember
what?
I told you we had for the mortgage industry and
Delynn.
real estate industry.
You promised me last week we would not talk about mortgages on this week's show.
they're new
I am
guidelines.
sick of talking about mortgages.
But they just came out.
I said no.
Okay, we'll do something totally different.
Thank you. Hello, everybody. My name is Barry Horvath, and this is Moving Forward TV, your local market update.
Hello, and I am Delynn Gaston. Thank you for joining us today on this lovely morning.
Yes, and you
Of course,
promised
it's night when they're watching.
It's nighttime.
Yeah,
It doesn't feel like it here.
I know.
It was a long night last night.
It was a long night last night. We had a wonderful evening with Bowling for Boobs.
It was a great event.
Which was
it was
wonderful.
phenomenal. But what are we going to do this week on the show? Because
This
you
week,
promised me.
I know.
You
I
promised.
know.
You said, we're not talking about mortgages next week. I promise, because I'm really sick of them. Because of all the changes in the industry, and we try to keep you
And I think
updated. And the
everyone's
guidelines.
tired.
And I think we can give them a break this week. Just this one time.
Just this one time.
Until next week.
I know.
Well, we need another break from mortgages.
Well, as everybody knows, we do a lot in the community to get the word out about some of the events and some of the fundraisers and things like that that are out there, and some of the really unique businesses and organizations. Today, I am very, very, very proud.
Oh, hey, Delynn. There's people
to
here.
say that we have two guests
When did they get here?
who are from Pepin Academy.
Are you guys underwriters?
No.
Are you appraisers?
No.
You promise?
We promise. Scouts are.
So you're not going
See,
to you're not going to
told
like
you.
beat us with new guidelines and rules for the industry, market changes.
No.
You're not going to talk about
No.
MI insurance.
See, did I do good?
Oh, you
I did
rock.
good.
Oh, then who are they?
All right.
Are you sure?
I'm positive.
I'm cautious about this. I'm skeptical. I'm a skeptic.
So I am very pleased to invite to the show today Kelly Mothershead and Holly Lyle. And as I said, they're both from Pepin Academies, which
cool.
is a school.
For mortgages.
No!
It's a mortgage school. Pepin Mortgage School.
No.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, good.
Pepin Academies is a school. And I'm going to let them tell you all about it and everything, but it is a school for children with learning disabilities. And we have a new school that's only been open for, this is our third year. This is their third year here in Pasco County.
You got to be politically correct.
I'm sorry, I have to be politically correct because it is also my son's school for children with learning disabilities. And it's a wonderful school, and it's done wonderful things for a lot of people in the community. But I'm going to let you guys explain all of
welcome to the show, and thanks for coming on.
Thank
and
you.
thanks for not
Thank
talking
you.
about real estate, mortgages,
Our
or any of
pleasure.
the above. So.
We won't say anything
Holly's
about
good with that.
mortgages.
I'm really good
But
with
have you
that.
ever bought a house and
I
got
think
a
your
mortgage?
viewers would be good with that.
Yeah, I'm really good with it. Well,
I know.
we just welcome a change. So tell
Thank
us
you.
about Pepin Academy, and we know you're
Yes.
a 501c3 charter school.
Yes.
And you're in the community, and tell us who you are and what your roles are with them. And
Let's start with Kelly, who is
So-
right here in Pasco.
I'm Kelly Mothershead, and I'm actually the Community Relations and Communications Supervisor of our Pepin Academies here in Pasco County. So I'm the person that's out in the community trying to introduce Pepin Academies to our community. Some fundraising for some of our local projects and things that we do. Our school is a 501c3. It's a tuition-free public charter school for kids with special learning disabilities. So every child that comes to our school has to have an individual education plan when they come to us. And we're-
IEP.
An IEP. And we're one of the only schools in the state of Florida that is that way, that it's all kids with special learning disabilities or learning related disabilities.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So it's a very special school. We draw children from all over Pasco County to our school, even some students from Hernando and Pinellas counties.
Awesome. That is good. I remember we were in Pinellas County when we started, and I had to get special permission to bring him over county lines.
We
so
have
he can go to
families that
school.
actually move into Pasco County from out of state because it's a tuition-free public charter school. Because these kids with these learning disabilities, sometimes that education can cost them $14,000 to $20,000 a month.
Right.
Wow.
I know.
It's very expensive education for these kids, and for it to be tuition-free for them is really
Oh, that's a
important
really
for them to
big-
get that type of education.
And Holly, what do you do?
Well,
Other than sit there and not talk about mortgages.
well, actually, I lied. No, I'm just kidding. No, I am the development director for the Pepin Academy Support Services, which is the foundation for Pepin Academies, which includes our campus here in Pasco. It also includes our flagship campus in Tampa on East Hillsborough Avenue and our campus down in Riverview. So it's my job to raise funds from our community for all three of our campuses.
Okay. Wow.
Nice.
All right, so we're going to watch a short little clip right here about Pepin, and we'll be right back. Check it out.
If you have a student with a learning disability and an IEP, Pepin Academies Pasco is accepting applications now.
Come join us!
This is a school that is made for us. We love this place. This school is great.
The people are really nice here.
This school gives me the hope I need.
You'll love it here!
Come enroll today.
I love this place!
For questions on how to enroll, call now at 727-233-2961.
Okay, so that's a really, really cool video, and guess who was the star at the end?
My son.
Gotta love it.
Ta-da, shout out, shout out. That's my boy
Well,
saying he loves Pepin Academy.
You get royalties for that, right? You
Yes,
signed a
yes,
license?
don't I? Don't I?
Tuition that donates back to the school to support Pepin
Of
Academies.
course, of course. Well,
That's
thanks.
right.
That's a great video, though. But right now, we're going to go check out and see it's time for lunch.
Casey's cooking.
Yeah, so we're going to have tomato
What's she
farce
cooking?
a la bonne femme.
Say that 3 times fast.
I cannot. AKA stuffed tomatoes. We'll be right back.
Welcome to Chat and Dish. I'm Casey Quaretti. Today I'm going to show you how to make tomate farci à la bonne femme, a very old French family recipe for stuffed tomatoes that required originally over 2 hours of cook and prep time, but today it's an updated version, gratin style, simple, easy, filled with flavor, and perfect for our American kitchens. For 4 servings, you're going to need 4 large ripe tomatoes, 1 onion, 4 ounces of baby bella mushrooms, 8 ounces of ground pork or sausage, 1 clove of garlic, 1 tablespoon of fresh thyme, a pinch of sage, and then for the gratin topping, you need 4 tablespoons of breadcrumbs, 2 tablespoons of melted butter, 1 tablespoon of fresh Parmesan, salt and pepper for the seasoning, a little olive oil for our pan. That's it. Let's get going. First up, we need to prep our mushrooms. That starts with wiping them down with a damp paper towel. Never run mushrooms under water. They soak up all the water and lose all their flavor. So slice it in half lengthwise and then just go ahead and make thin slices. That's all you have to do. Just set your sliced mushrooms aside and grab your onion. Go ahead and finely mince that. What we're actually doing is making a mise en place, which simply means getting all of your ingredients prepped ahead of time. Chop your chives and set them aside. Finely mince your garlic. Let's get our stuffing ingredients over to the stovetop. 2 tablespoons of olive oil go into a heated saute pan. In go your onions, your ground pork, your mushrooms, your garlic, fresh thyme, and your sage. Give this all a good mix. Season generously with salt and pepper. Preheat your oven to 425. Our stuffing is going to take about 15 minutes on the stovetop, so let's go ahead and prep our tomatoes. Simply cut around the stem end, take that out. Then take a melon baller and just scoop out the middle of your tomato. Toss that aside. You want to leave a nice thickness of tomato. You don't want to go through that skin, but we do need to make a nice big hollow to put our stuffing. Pork is cooked through. Everything has melded together flavor-wise. Let's stuff our tomatoes. Coat a baking dish with butter or nonstick spray. Gratins are typically served in an oven-to-table dish, so save yourself some extra work. And if at all possible, pick a dish that you can take right to your dining table. Just go ahead, stuff your tomatoes, tap it down with the top of the spoon. You want to get lots of the meat right down inside there. Then just set your tomato into your gratin dish. Mix together your Parmesan, breadcrumbs, and melted butter. That's our gratin topping. A fourth of it goes on top of each of your tomatoes. Just tap it down a little bit. Just a little drizzle of olive oil on top of each one, and it's into the oven for 20 minutes. Ooh, tomate farci à la bonne femme, the American way. Serve it with a green salad. You've got an absolutely delightful meal. My favorite time. Oh, this is fabulous. You really do have to try it. As always, thank you for visiting. Until next time, I'm going to miss you. Cheers.
Those were some mean stuffed tomatoes, and we're going to stick to that because the a la French stuff is not for me. Okay.
Easier to say, although you did a great job in
Well,
saying
you know, it's
that.
my
Good
first
for
time.
you.
Well, if you eat it, then
Do you speak French?
Sometimes.
You know, Casey
when it comes
lived,
to food.
I love Casey. She lived 10 years in France, so
French-
she can just rattle that off.
Really?
Yeah, she did.
I like French dip.
And that's the extent of your French.
That's
French
it,
dip.
French dip. And
now
French
you like
fries.
French. Yeah, I'm with
Those
you on
are
that
good.
one.
Those are good stuff. Anyway, enough
right.
about food.
I know,
Enough
I know.
about mortgages.
I
get back. We have
know.
people here from Pepin Academy,
Yes,
remember?
I know.
Let's not ignore them. It's not about us, Delanne.
So we are back here with Kelly and Holly from Pepin Academies and talking about this wonderful school. So let's go into how the school started and everything. I know we kind of like did a really quick rundown.
Who's the history buff here?
Sure.
Me. Kelly. Tell us how we got started.
So Pepin Academies has actually been around since 1999. The school was started in 1999, and it was started by some parents with children who had some special needs, and so they were just very concerned parents. They got together with some local businesses, and along with the help of Tom and Lauren Pepin, they started Pepin Academies, and that's our campus that's in Tampa today. It's on Hillsborough Avenue in Tampa, and it started with just a high school. A couple years later, they grew into middle school and then added elementary school. So we're 3rd through 12th grade. And in Tampa,
Why do they start at 3rd?
They have to have an individual education plan,
Okay.
which is an IEP.
IEP.
And you can't get that in 1st and 2nd grade. They have to have a little bit of education in order to get to that point. So 3rd through 12th grade that's why we have those grades. And then in Tampa, we started our transitional program, which is a really great program. So after high school, they have this transitional program they can move into, which teaches them life skills, business skills, resume building. We work with some of our local businesses, a few that work really close with us are Macy's and Publix and Julianne Holt's office in Hillsborough County, and many other businesses that help to give our kids on-the-job training so that they learn how to take care of themselves. So they learn to work in our world, they learn to function in our world, and it's a really awesome program that they have there for these kids. Now they can move on and go to college. We have programs at USF as well. So there's some really amazing programs for them as they go through high school, through transitional, and then on to the rest of their lives.
You know what? Pepin is obviously near and dear to my heart, and my son, it has made an amazing difference in his life. It truly has made an amazing difference. You guys know I've shared, we have, and Barry knows me for years.
I love you guys. It's changed your life.
It has changed my life
and it's changed mine.
And my son.
It's a rippling effect.
Because as a parent, you want the best for your child, and when you have a child, and the important thing is to know that these are not kids with behavioral problems. These are not kids with physical disabilities. They're not kids, with Down syndrome or anything like that. They are children who just don't learn the same way, and it's hard as a parent to watch your children. When Cage was in elementary school, he would be what would take other kids like to do a worksheet or something would take them maybe 20 minutes. It would take us 2 hours. Sitting he's in tears, I'm in tears. We're just like because he wasn't getting it. He wasn't getting it.
And I have to interject. Every single day, she would get a phone call from the prior school. Something went wrong. She had to go get him.
He couldn't handle it.
There was always something, or
Right.
there was a crisis.
Right.
Now,
Yeah.
since he's been at Pepin, it's like smooth sailing. Like, you know, he comes home, he's happy.
Yes.
You know, he's.
I think he's happy because he has no
I-
homework.
Maybe that's it.
What
but-
happens, you know what happens is a lot of these kids, people think that they have behavioral issues when truly
Right.
it's the frustration of not getting it.
Right.
Because they're in a classroom, they're typically in large classrooms with kids from, you know, all different areas of life, but these are kids that are struggling because they don't learn the same way.
Right.
So they're in a class with a teacher that teaches the same for all of their kids, and these kids don't get it that way. And when they can be in a class that's a smaller class size with a teacher that teaches the way that they learn. So we
Right.
call that a brain-targeted teaching model. So we teach the way that they learn, and it makes a huge difference. So you know what happens? Now they're learning. They feel part of the class because now they participate in the
Right.
class. And so they become different people. They become energized and happy. So those behavior issues go away. And for the
Right.
most part, they don't have behavioral problems. They have the same issues that every child in their age group has.
Right, right.
Right? But the anger and the frustration has gone away.
Teenagers
so
are
it
a
makes
problem.
such a big difference. Right? Do you know a teenager that has a problem?
Oh my God.
Well, you know, and I think too, to go on with what Kelly's saying, is the fact that almost all of our students that come to Pepin Academies have had, as she said, difficulties in the public school system or the whatever school system they were at, and once they get to Pepin Academies, they realize, hey, everybody else is like me. Like
Right.
all of a sudden, they go from being maybe isolated in a traditional classroom setting to being just a student, and they have the same opportunities at Pepin Academies that they would have in a traditional school, as in proms and clubs and athletics. But at Pepin Academies, they would have the opportunity to actually serve and be involved in those, whereas in a traditional school setting, they might not.
Right, because they were outshined by other people.
Exactly. And we offer a standard diploma, which means that our students who receive the standard diploma, they have to meet every single criteria that any other student has to meet to get a standard diploma.
Which means
In the
our
state of
teachers work
Florida.
with these students sometimes
Yes.
from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m.
Right.
to make sure if they have to teach it 5 different ways, they teach it 5 different ways until they get it.
Yeah.
So that's one of the reasons our motto is where belonging
Yes.
leads to learning.
See?
When
Cool.
they belong,
I like it.
they start to learn. And these kids who you thought 2 years ago just weren't going to get it, and people give up on them, now all of a sudden they get it and then some.
And let me tell you, and what it does
excuse
for
me.
their self-esteem is
Listen to me.
amazing.
Yes.
You know all about this. Can I ask one question?
Yes, I'm sorry, go ahead.
So what is the student-teacher ratio in your classrooms, and how many students do you actually have in your system?
So our school
Thanks.
in Pasco County has
You done?
308 students right now this year. This is our 3rd year starting. We have 308 students. Our class sizes, we only have 12 children in a class. And we have a teacher and a para. Our teachers are ESC certified, so they're special education teachers. But only 12 students in a class, which makes a huge
Wow.
difference for these kids.
Yeah.
That's amazing. All right, sorry you don't get another chance,
I
because we
know.
got to go to a commercial now. All
Okay.
right, but when we come back, I'll let you ask another question.
Thank you.
All right, we'll be right back.
Enjoy tranquil seclusion in an eco-lover's paradise. Paddling through the mangroves where the only sounds you'll hear are the sounds of nature. Because you deserve to relax on vacation. Visit Pasco County, Florida.
Okay, everybody, we're back with Holly and Kelly from Pepin Academy. I just got to have fun with everything we do. Life's too short to not enjoy it. And
Absolutely.
you know what? I appreciate what you do, and I'm sure like families have to be so grateful for just your whole organization and what you do for these students. And I know
The
this is one of them
difference-
right
I know,
here,
the
and I cut
difference
her
that it
off and all
makes.
because She's so passionate about it. Like,
I am.
You know, she's like, I got a board meeting, I got to leave. It's at 5, but I'm going to leave at 1 today so I can be there on time. I don't know what that's about.
Holly, didn't we move the board meetings?
Yeah, exactly.
But
You know what, the difference that it makes, and you know, we're saying that it makes these kids who used to have behavioral problems, now they get it. And that happened with my son. Not that he had a behavioral problem, but he didn't care about school. He didn't even want to go to school because he was always doing so poorly. He was at the bottom of his class, crying every day. Who wants to do something that's that bad? And now he's at the top of his class because he gets what they're saying, how they're teaching it, and the other kids, like you said, are in his class and they're all at the same level. So they're all learning. We have all different kids at different, but they know how to you know, and even, you know, I've got to say that when you were saying they can participate in dances and extracurricular activities and things like that, they didn't at the other school because they didn't want to be around anyone because kids made fun of them. At this school, he does want to go to the dances. He does want to participate in the other, you know, extracurricular activities at school. It's just, it's amazing. It's just, I can't say enough good things about it, obviously.
We were able to add lots of other programs too this year. I mean, we added, we have a dance instructor, so we have art, we have music, we have dance, we have a basketball team that's going to go to Special Olympics next year.
See?
So we have a lot of programs that we're offering these kids.
Cage's on the basketball team.
So that it's just like
that's
any
awesome.
other high school.
Awesome. Hey, when we were on break, though, I was looking back at the history.
Yes.
And, you know, I think we had a clarification we needed to make about the history of the school. Because, you know, I'm all about numbers and stats. And what was
you're
the
the stat guy.
clarification?
Oh, I just wanted to say that the whole Pepin family were involved in getting this started in 1999.
Yes.
And so we just want to make sure that everybody knew that
We
the
gotta
Pepin
give credit
family
where
is really,
credit's due.
really strongly involved.
And me as a parent, and you guys as employees, I'm sure, are very appreciative that they did.
Absolutely.
But I did want to bring up again about the financial end of it and everything. People, like I said, they think it's a private school. It's not a private school. It is.
So it's a 501c3, so
Yep.
we're a tuition-free public charter school.
Right.
So I can come, hang out, have lunch, what?
No.
If you're a student.
With an IEP.
Right, you gotta have an IEP. So the main thing here is that we do get some state funding because we're a public charter school. But with that in mind, we also have smaller classrooms, so most of that money that we get goes to fund our teachers because we have double the amount of teachers it would normally take for this amount of children. Most public schools have upwards of 25 or 30 students in a class, and we have 12.
Right.
So we have a teacher and we have a para in each of those classes. So we have a lot more requirements where our staff is concerned, but we also have other programs that our children need and that we have to offer for
learning
them.
tools.
Right,
for
learning
them.
tools. We have specific tools we have to use. We also have therapists and we have physical therapists and we have psychologists and we have counselors. And you know, I say our counselors at our school are the angels of our school because they really meet the needs of all of our kids. And you know,
it's funny
we
when
have a nurse on staff all the time versus, you know, a lot of public schools staff a nurse 1 day a week. You know, we have a nurse there all the time. So there's a lot of things that we have to provide to our students that aren't necessarily
Schools don't
provided
have a
in
nurse
public.
on staff anymore.
No,
Is that a
they
thing?
share them.
They share
Or are we
them.
old? We
share
had
them.
one, remember?
I know.
Yeah, we did.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
They share them amongst, like, you know, 6 or 7
Right,
different
the schools
schools.
share one nurse.
So
they
they're there
have to
like
go
maybe
from
once a
one
week.
to another.
Yep.
Really?
Yeah, they're there like maybe once a week.
So they don't,
half a day.
I think now too, in today's world, they send the student home when they get a little scrape or whatever
Sure.
now.
So that state funding that we get per student doesn't go
Does
very
not even
far.
come close to covering the cost.
So
of
what
the
do you
school.
do? What do you do to fill that gap? Obviously,
We fundraise.
We fundraise and we go out in the community and we try to get community support. So local businesses, other families in our community. Holly is our fundraising queen, so I'll let her
That's
talk about
right.
that
you
because
got anything
that's what
good
we
coming
have
up,
to do.
Holly?
We
That
do
we can help
actually.
support as a community?
We do actually. In fact, there are a lot of ways that the community can support Pepin Academies, but one of the biggest events that we have that raises funds for all of our Pepin Academies campuses is our annual gala, which will be October 27th. It's going to be at T. Pepin's Hospitality Center in Tampa. There are still opportunities for sponsorship available. Sponsorships for a table of 8 start at $2,500, and we have a very exciting program planned. We have a keynote speaker this year who is a Washington-based DC. He's a DC-based speaker who has a learning disability himself, and he's going to be talking about his experiences growing up. He's had the opportunity to interview people like Michael Douglas, Whoopi Goldberg, Steven Spielberg, Richard Branson, all about their learning disabilities or their family members' learning disabilities. And we're really excited about him speaking. And it's going to be a really fun night. It's going to be, the gala starts at 7. We have a couple of pre-receptions, and you can go onto our website at www.pepinacademies.com and look under events, and that's where you'll find the gala information.
That's awesome.
Awesome.
I'm excited.
I am too. Do you want to come and volunteer? I'm in charge of volunteers for the gala.
Is that after,
She'll put you to work.
is
It'll
that
be
after
fun.
November 8th?
No, it's right.
I'll have to get back to you on that then. All right, we're going to take a break. We'll be right back after this. Well, welcome back to our friends with Pepin Academy.
Thank you.
This time has gone quickly.
It
you know?
has, and we appreciate you being on the show this week and
Yeah.
telling the community about what you do. And I know that there has to be so many people thankful for what you do. And I know this mama right here is number one. She's the biggest fan right here.
I am.
it's
You know
really
what?
good.
When John first started talking to me about this school, he found it, my husband, and it's just like I said, made such a huge difference. So, but anyway, so we do have to wrap up,
Yes.
unfortunately, because it has gone quick.
And we
our
have
time
some
here.
dates, but give us a date and how they can get involved in your gala.
Sure.
And they
well,
can contact
wanna
you,
make
they
sure-
can contact Kelly, or they can contact me.
Absolutely. Well, first, thank you for
volunteers.
Well, and I would like to say that Delynn is actually one of our parent co-chairs for the event. She's been a wonderful support, not to mention one of our school board members for Pepin Academy Pasco, so she's very involved. And thank you for having us on the show so that we can talk about Pepin. But again, the date of the event is October 27th at 7 p.m. with 2 pre-receptions at T. Pepin's Hospitality Center in Tampa. For more information, yes, you can contact me. My number is 863-397-5859. You can contact Kelly.
And my number is 813-843-2354.
Or Delynn.
Everyone knows my number.
Yes, and again, the sponsorships for a table of 8 start at $2,500, and it generally sells out. We usually have about 500 people or more at the event. So
And
it's-
wonderful, like,
Yes.
raffles and
Yes.
incredible silent auction stuff.
And not to mention fabulous student entertainment. So it's
Yes.
going to be a fun night.
Are you in charge of getting the raffles and prizes?
No, I'm not. Thank goodness I'm not, because you should hear some of the, just say something really cool that we have.
We have
a couple
some golf packages with former NFL Buccaneer players who've won Super Bowls, Rondé Barber
Who won-
and Anthony McFarland.
Maybe they'll trade
golf
for
with
more.
Rondé Barber.
That would be fun.
We have breakfast with a WWE wrestler, Titus
Right.
O'Neil. We have some other really wonderful
You got
packages.
a beach condo giveaway too.
Yes, we do.
Thank you, Barry
Thank you
Horvath,
very
Yes.
for donating that.
Thank
Well,
you.
Delynn says to me, it's for Pepin. I need your condo. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, that's what I said.
That's the whole conversation.
Exactly how the conversation went.
Whatever Pepin needs.
That's
so we're
awesome.
good.
We love that.
But
No,
we
it's good.
really appreciate them being here. We thank everyone for watching. Please share the show. And if you do have a child who has any kind of...
We have 2 more dates. October 4th,
Sorry.
we have a meet and greet at Fiddler's Green.
They're flagging us, though.
And October 14th, Sunset Cruise. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, everyone, for watching. Thank you for, please share the show. And if you do, please get your child tested. If they do have an IEP, please check out the school. Or if they are struggling in school, get them tested for an IEP, because this is an amazing school. Please share it, get it out. Social media, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, all of that fun stuff. We are today and every day.
Moving forward.
We'll see everybody next week.
That was
Bye-bye.
supposed to be your line.
Thank you.
we got some new stuff to do. Ready for the show?
What are we-